Well, they say an early season snowstorm may be on deck in less than 48 hours, but today is picture-perfect fall football weather. Crisp and cool at Soldier Field in the Windy City. Today it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings.
And this is what every one of these guys waits for each and every week, CD. That moment of anticipation just before the game begins.
I know most of these guys have played well over 100 games dating back to their high school days. Imagine that number if you go all the way back to...
First 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9?
And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Minnesota's offense and QB Kirk Cousins set to go here.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Ezra Cleveland, the guard, called for the penalty there.
Still 2nd down.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Throwing, Cousins.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Cousins. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Let's take it inside his own 40. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and the Bears take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time.
They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw 1 when we were watching, threw an interception. Defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly, but they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, but as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 25 carries, 111 for yards, and a touchdown.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here comes Mooney now on the jet sweep.
Holding offense.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Fields throw there, hauled in by Claypool.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Now a throw out to his fullback is complete.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. The Bears sitting at 5-2 on the year. And they come in on a good run, winners of 5 of their last 7.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. First down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Montgomery on the counter. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
They'll run. This is Khalil Herbert.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 9, 2nd and 5. Off play action, Fields.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit. Ended another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been it. but it winds up falling incomplete.
The Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal.
From the left hash, this from 37. Santos' kick is up and through, and it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
And the Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt, they're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
I'm not sure he falls under the category of mobile quarterback, but he's athletic enough that if you don't keep your rush lanes intact, he finds a way to hurt you.
As coaches like to say, I wouldn't call him a burner, but enough there in the tank. Dancing to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
These two teams, you may remember, they met up at Soldier Field earlier this season with the Bears winning that one. So they're looking for this series sweep here in Chicago. Handoff right side to Wandu.
And very little daylight there. He'll get it. Bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Cousins. He finds his man, complete. It's Grant. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. On the return is Jones. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. David Montgomery ready to take the field for the Bears' next possession.
A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complementary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff, now Fields.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss.
3-0 after one on EA Sports. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Now a throw here to his running back. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
Up the middle, Nwangu.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Cousins going to bat it forward here on the jet sweep.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Off the play fake, Cousins.
Complete, Jefferson the target.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing is Cousins. And that will be incomplete. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
This defense has certainly played well, sir. The coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game. And now it brings up 4th down.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will tie us at 3-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
You see David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive.
Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes. Steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's... a couple days ago in the team meetings talking about this running game opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. 14 yards in a Chicago first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, last drive they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. One play action. Fields. Open man, completes it to Claypool. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
1st down. Here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd down, a run with Herbert. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Out of the gun, Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They could probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
On 2nd down, there's the option going left. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. Well, he's certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Fields. This is caught. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's rock and roll, baby.
Fields going to hold on to it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. His 5th rushing touchdown on the year, number 9 overall. And the Bears have moved out in front.
Partner, it wasn't that long ago that when I talk with these NFL coaches about different innovations in the college game, you can see their eyes roll and they just shut down right away. Don't bring me that Joe College stuff. Well, guess what? The college game has definitely infiltrated its way into the NFL.
Yeah, and these guys, when you're seeing the option defensively, you got to stick to your assignments. I know that's cliche. They didn't do it there.
And option football means exactly what you just talked about. Assignment football for defenders. And that drives them crazy because you have to think your way through a play as opposed to just reacting and making the play.
Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. But Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From the 29, Cousins. He finds his man complete. That's Chandler. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. First down, here's Cousins. Buying time, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dominique Robinson. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now then after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They're in the driver's seat right now, and they were winners last week over the Seattle Seahawks, so trying to keep that momentum moving in the positive direction. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. Meanwhile, Fields throw into the hands of Sample. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Going up the gut, Montgomery.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
To throw is Fields. He completes it to Jones. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They'll get this quickly out to Claypool. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Here's a give to Herbert. And he's got it to about the 40.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap, Fields. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Here's Brett Kern now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Cousins to throw it. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw is Cousins. He finds his man, complete. That's Grant. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's Cousins. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. William Golston just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Here's Jones on the return. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Decent run, maybe hoping for a little bit more. It does, though, set up 3rd and manageable.
And every play that's run, if it's blocked perfectly and executed perfectly, it's set up to go for a touchdown, right? But I like the way you described that one. Just get into a 3rd and manageable. Nice decision-making and took care of the football.
It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Fields. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he will handle his first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
As an unbiased. I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
A play fake, now Fields to throw. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Well, their running situation, trying to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
That's complete right side to Kmet.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
60 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Montgomery is into the end zone for a Bears touchdown. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Now the for Santos. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So that one, a 13-play drive in total. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Cousins now. Brought in over the middle by Grant. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The offense on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Cousins. He finds his man, complete. That's Grant. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Cousins on 1st down. And this one caught by Max Williams.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll throw again. Cousins.
And that's dropped underneath to Nwangu. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
He'll get this to Nwangu. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now a handoff to Chandler.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. Touchdown, Vikings! Adam Thielen with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
On play action, Fields sliding out of the pocket. And this one incomplete, threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So Cousins and the Vikings trailing 17-10, a minute 45 to play. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. Throw left side complete. That's Chandler. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good first down call as the screenplay gets him 9.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now Cousins. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Cousins to throw. Completes this to Jefferson.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Able to find Thielen. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Cousins. Well, the corner gets a hand on it, but he still makes the play. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 42. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off. Past the 20. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. Yeah, that's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
Santos now to add the PAT. And the lead is up to 14. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Touchdown here, Santos to kick this one away. Graham, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game. In this sequence here, maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, we just saw something you don't ordinarily see, and that's him trying to deep ball after throwing a pick-6 on his previous pass. Normally, they give him something safe to get his confidence back. Instead, they let him fire it downfield, albeit unsuccessfully.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. One last shot now for Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man, complete. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now this looks like a roughing call. Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time is run out now on this game. And Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal. Win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for Chicago, they climb to 6-2 on the year as they close in on the midpoint of this 17.